Hello witches, I'm back, blessed be. I want you to get a good look at my costume. I'm not in my makeup yet, but I will for Halloween. I bought some makeup. I'm thinking about giving this witch persona a name. What about Adelia? I think Adelia is a magical name. It sounds magical. Maybe even Lorna. But I'm quite fond of Adelia. As we all know, my real witch name is Willow. Some call me Willow Phoenix. Some call me Willow. Even one of the women at Walmart call me Willow, because that's what they know me by. And she's not a witch or anything, but whenever I had the Facebook named Willow Tree, she saw that. My boyfriend is home, so I don't know how this video is going to turn out. I just made a video like 30 minutes long and I didn't like it, so I'm redoing it. Anyway, I'm here to talk about, oh, and it's a dark and stormy night, by the way. I like to include, sometimes I just like to include comedy in my videos. So anyway, tonight's video is serious. This video is going to be about my psychic experiences and encounters. I am what I'm kind of like, I don't know the proper term for my gift, but sometimes I can hear voices just saying my name. Sometimes I will get really strong intuition about something. Which way should it go? Should it go that way or no? Yeah. Anyway, sometimes I'll just get a really good, strong intuition about something. And sometimes I have psychic dreams that come true. I have my wig and my nose. And sometimes just random things pop into my mind. Some things about the past, some things about the future. I really don't know what it's called, but I just say I am psychic because that just covers all the psychic abilities that are known. So I'm psychic. I used to practice telekinesis, but never got really good at it. I mean, like, sometimes if I really focused hard, I could actually, there was one night, not in this house, but in my old house, where I was excited and overly excited, and I just looked into my closet and made some clothes hangers move. Kind of like what I just did, like, I'm not gonna do it right now on camera, but I've made, a clothes hanger move. I made, I used to practice with a pin, and I used to sit on my bed and stare at it until I seen it move. The power of the mind can do wonders, or can work wonders. But that ability has gone dormant, I'm afraid, because I stopped practicing it whenever I moved out of my parents' house. I don't know why, I just can't seem to do it anymore. Maybe one day I'll start practicing again, and because there have been times whenever I used to practice telekinesis. I'm talking about telekinesis right now. There have been times where, one time, let's say I was on the phone with my sister, and I just thought of how I wanted the bathroom door to open, and it actually, I was just like, like talking to my sister, and I really wanted the door to open to the bathroom because I was headed to the bathroom for some reason. I don't know. I forget. And yeah, the door moved but not completely opened. So my telekinetic powers were weak, but now they're dormant. I really wish I could perform telekinesis. Like, maybe I will start practicing, and maybe I will show you guys what all I could do in the past if they come back. But I'll have to meditate more than I do right now, because, like, I'm still trying to get the house fixed up, and stuff like that. Whenever I have time, maybe I'll start practicing again. And then one night I was on the phone with one of my boyfriends, my first boyfriend, which is now my ex, and I was so happy I was exuberant happy talking to him, and I made a clothes thing move. Not in this house, but back in my old house before I even moved out and got independent. So as I was meditating, one night I was meditating on opening myself more psychically, opening myself completely up to the psychic realm, or the spiritual realm, whatever you want to say. And if you hear banging downstairs, it's Casey. I think he's working on cleaning the house or something. That one night I was meditating on opening myself up psychically to the spirit realm, and I heard a little girl say my name. She just kind of like said, and then giggled. It sounded like she was like right beside my bed, and she just said, and giggled and laughed about it. And as the voice was giggling, it was leaving my room. So it started out as a kind of like a loud, medium loud giggle, and then slowly faded away into giggling. But it was still what I think it was like a 7-year-old girl spirit, or it sounded like it was young. You know, like not a toddler, but around that age. And it was a feminine voice. It was a little girl. And then I moved out. Well, my first experience was whenever I was 17, which I just told you. Then whenever I moved out, I had another psychic encounter with another spirit that was like screaming my name. Like, I just heard a scream, and it was my name. And I know that sounds weird, but I'm not schizophrenic, and I'm not crazy. I've been checked. I used to go to a lot of counselors and a lot of therapy, but I would just like tell them, you know, like, I practice witchcraft, so this kind of stuff is natural to me, and then they would agree with like what I was saying, like, okay, yeah, if you're doing any of that non-Christian stuff, and I like it whenever people are afraid of what they do not understand. I find it funny. Also, I find it offensive that they don't even know what it is. You know, like the God in the Bible is a spirit too. So what are they worshiping? A spirit, or you know, like, well, what do you think God is? He's a spirit. Or she's a spirit, or whatever is a spirit. It's still a spirit. If you're talking about something that is an unseen force, it is a spirit or a power. Then after I heard the screaming voice, like calling my name, it sounded like it was calling my name, but it was loud. It sounded like my mother. And I just suddenly snapped out of my meditation, and I was actually in bed, and I was like, so I was kind of scared still, but as the voices kept coming, I was less afraid. And now I could hear, I'm trying to be able to communicate better, with the spirit realm. I'm trying to communicate with the spirit realm right now. That's what I'm focusing on at this particular point in my practice. But shortly after that, my bathroom light started flipping off on its own. And I'm not talking about an actual physical reason why the lights would shut off. I'm talking about the light switch would actually flip down. And I asked the manager what what can cause the light switch to actually flip down, and you're asleep and you went to bed with the lights on in the bathroom. And she just kind of laughed, maybe you went to the bathroom in the night and flipped it off. And that's not what happened, because I put it to the test. One time I purposely left the bathroom light on in the daytime, and let's see if I'm remembering this right. Sorry, my wig is in my nose and in my face and everything. My wig's all over the place. Anyway, I left the bathroom light on purposely, and then I went and sat down on the couch. I was watching to see if it would turn off on its own, and the switch was clearly pointed up in the bathroom. And I just turned my head for a second to look at the TV. I never got up or anything. And I think I was watching American Horror Story Coven or around that time. And I went to my kitchen, and as I was getting up to go to the kitchen, the light was out again, and I never even went to touch it. I will call you back, Kim. My phone is ringing. My cell phone. But yeah, I actually put it to the test and it flipped off on its own. And, like, what would you do in an experience like that? Now she's calling my house phone. I'm afraid I'll have to end this. Okay, part 2 is coming soon. I'll probably be out of my wig and my boyfriend will probably be at work, so I can concentrate better. Until next time, blessed be.